Hello, welcome to another episode of AnjuliTV. I'm Anjuli Velazquez. Continuing with the Thanksgiving fun, this episode will cover Will and Grace, Full House, and a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. So, starting with Will and Grace, there are 4 Thanksgiving episodes. The first one comes in Season 2, Episode 7's Homo for the Holidays. Will and Grace are shocked to find out that Jack hasn't told his mother that he's gay. So they encourage him to tell her this Thanksgiving, and he does, and then she tells him that she has a secret, which is that the guy who he thought his father was is not actually who he is, and she actually is not sure who his father is. It's quite entertaining. The next time this episode will air on TV will be on Lifetime, Thursday, November 25th at 8 a.m. The next episode comes in Season 3's Episode 8's Lows in the Mid-Eighties, Part 1 and 2. I love these 2 episodes because we get to see Will and Grace like in the 80s. But it starts out Will, Grace, Jack, and Karen meet this girl at a bar who is complaining, crying about her boyfriend. And they realize that he's gay and she just doesn't know it yet. So they decide to tell her the story of when Will and Grace dated back in college. Jack was actually the one who told Will that he was gay, and Will denies that he is at first, attempting to have sex with Grace when they go to her family's house for Thanksgiving. But Will is so nervous that he wants to postpone the sex having and ends up getting engaged to Grace, and then he ends up blurting it out that he's gay, and she kicks him out, and they don't see or talk to each other for a year, and then they run into each other again and become friends again. Also, this is when Grace finds out that Will actually did have sex with a woman shortly after their falling out. And of course, she's upset by that, but obviously they get over it. But like I said, I love this episode because it's really fun to see them all dressed in 80s style, which is awesome. And also we get to see Grace's mom, who's played by Debbie Reynolds, who is quite funny. I also particularly love Karen's flashback stories. The next time that this episode is going to be on the air will be also Thursday, November 25th on Lifetime at 8:30 a.m. The next Will and Grace episode comes in Season 4, Episode 9's Movable Feasts, Parts 1 and 2. Will, Grace, Jack, and Karen are going to spend Thanksgiving together, but each have places to stop, like their own family members' homes. So they bring a timer with them everywhere they go, like only spending an hour at each home, so that they can get back to their own Thanksgiving at their own house. But it doesn't really work out for anyone because they don't get to spend enough time with their families and then they feel bad about it. Plus Rosario ate most of the turkey anyway, so it's kind of ruined. Next time this episode is on the air will be also on Lifetime, Thursday, November 25th at 2 a.m. and then at 9:30 a.m. And then the last episodes for Will and Grace come in Season 7's Episode 10, Queen for a Day, Part 1 and 2. This is probably my favorite Thanksgiving episode of Will and Grace. For one, I love Vince, so it's awesome that we get to meet his family. And Will is trying to gain Vince's mother's approval, and she's a bit of a bitch, so it doesn't really happen until the very end. And it turns out that Vince's sister is gay too, and Jack is encouraging her to come out this Thanksgiving, while Will is trying to discourage her, pushing it back to Christmas. Meanwhile, Grace is attracted to Vince's cousin, which then, so is Karen, and they both take turns making out with him and fooling around with him, and then they find out that he's only 16, which is quite funny. The next time these episodes air on TV are on Lifetime. Part 1, Friday, November 19th, 8:30 a.m., and Thursday, November 25th, 10:30 a.m., and Part 2, Monday, November 22nd at 8 a.m., and Thursday, November 25th at 11 a.m. Will and Grace is such a funny show. It's so awesome, and their Thanksgiving episodes are really good, so I suggest you checking them out. Full House was one of my favorite shows growing up, and I'll still watch it today on TV. To me, Full House is like Boy Meets World and Saved by the Bell. I mean, those were my shows growing up. And as cheesy as they may be, I love them. And I will love them forever. So, Full House's Thanksgiving episode comes in Season 1's Episode 9, The Miracle of Thanksgiving. This is the first Thanksgiving without Pam, Danny's wife and the girls' mom. So Danny and Jesse and Joey want to make it extra special for the girls. So his mom can't come to cook the dinner, so they decide to go out to a restaurant to make life easier. But DJ and Stephanie don't want to do that, so everyone teams up together to prepare the Thanksgiving feast at home. So, of course, things go wrong. And the turkey is frozen that DJ cooked. So they put it back in the oven, and then it gets crisp, like it's all black. And then Stephanie drops the pumpkin pie, and they're all upset. And then they have their classic heart-to-heart moments, and then everything is good again. Full House is such a lighthearted comedic show, but it has this really sad underlying storyline with Danny's wife dying, which is why Uncle Jesse and Joey move in. And this episode gets sad at the end too, because we see that Jesse is having a really hard time dealing with not being with his sister on Thanksgiving. But it's still a good episode. The next time it'll be on TV will be Nick at Night, Sunday, November 21st at 12:30 a.m. And then on ABC Family, Wednesday, November 24th at 2 p.m. and Thursday, November 25th at 11 a.m. So, of course, I have to mention A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. If you've watched my Halloween episodes, I love Charlie Brown. It's like a staple from my childhood. So you can safely assume that I'm going to talk about the Christmas one next month. But anyway, in A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, Lucy tricks Charlie Brown with the football. Oh, poor Charlie Brown. And then Peppermint Patty invites herself and her friends over to Charlie Brown's house for Thanksgiving. Charlie Brown's not even going to be there. He's going over to his grandmother's house. So, with Linus, Snoopy, and Woodstock, he attempts to throw together a Thanksgiving dinner, which consists of toast, popcorn, and pretzels, because that's all he knows how to make. I love Charlie Brown, and I love the holiday specials, especially with me having my son to share them with. Like, I get to rewatch it and relive my childhood memories all over again. The next time A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving will be on TV. It will be on ABC Thursday, November 18th at 8 p.m. And these are all Eastern times, just in case you were wondering. That's it for this episode of AnjuliTV. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe here on YouTube. And you can follow me on Twitter at Anjuli Velazquez, as well as at TV Anjuli. Thanks for watching. I'm Anjuli Velazquez, and I'll see you next week.